Have you ever wondered what the word disability actually means? It seems simple, but the answer is surprisingly deep and has changed a lot over time. Stick with me, because understanding this is key to building a more inclusive world for everyone. In the past, many people thought of disability as just a medical problem, something wrong with a person's body or mind that needed to be fixed. This is called the medical model. It puts all the focus on the individual, suggesting they are the ones who need to change to fit into society. Think about it. The solution, from this perspective, is always surgery, medication, or therapy to make the person more normal. It places the burden entirely on the individual. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? Today, the world's leading organizations, like the World Health Organization and the United Nations, promote a much more progressive view. It's called the social model of disability. This model offers a game-changing perspective. It says that a person isn't disabled by their impairment, but by the barriers society puts in their way. Let me break that down. Imagine someone who uses a wheelchair. Under the medical model, the problem is that they can't walk. But under the social model, the problem is the flight of stairs with no ramp. The problem is the narrow doorway, the inaccessible public transport, or the negative attitude of a person who sees the chair before the person. The disability is created by an environment that wasn't built for everyone. This applies to all kinds of conditions, not just physical ones. Think about someone who is deaf. The barrier isn't their inability to hear, it's the lack of sign language interpreters or closed captions. For someone with anxiety, the barrier might be a rigid work environment that doesn't allow for mental health days or quiet spaces. For an autistic person, it could be the overwhelming sensory input of a crowded shopping mall. These barriers aren't just physical things like stairs. They can be attitudes, stigma, prejudice, and discrimination, which is a big picture problem known as ableism. It's the assumption that able-bodied and neurotypical ways of doing things are the only correct ways. So, the modern definition of disability is an interaction. It's the meeting point between a person's health condition, whether it's a physical impairment, a chronic illness, a mental health condition, or a neurodevelopmental difference, the contextual factors around them. These factors include both environmental barriers and personal factors like age, background, and coping styles. Essentially, a person with an impairment becomes disabled when society fails to include them. The responsibility shifts from fixing the individual to fixing society. The solution isn't to change the person, it's to build the ramps, provide the interpreters, design accessible websites, and, most importantly, dismantle the discriminatory attitudes that hold people back. This is why the social model is so empowering and championed by disability rights advocates worldwide. It reclaims the narrative and demands equality and inclusion. It reframes disability not as a personal tragedy, but as a social responsibility. And this isn't a niche issue. Did you know that about 16% of the world's population, that S1 in every 6 people, experiences a significant disability? It's an incredibly diverse part of the human experience. Disabilities can be visible, like using a walker, or completely invisible, like chronic pain, dyslexia, or depression. They can be something you're born with or something you acquire later in life. Disability is a natural part of human diversity, just like race or gender. The real disability is a world that refuses to adapt. By understanding this, we can all start to see where the real barriers are and work together to tear them down, creating a world where everyone, and I mean everyone, can participate fully and equally. Thanks so much for watching and taking the time to learn about this important topic. If this video changed your perspective, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that challenges the way we see the world. See you in the next one.